I'm Gabe Paulino, 30-year-old, just starting out and starting my journey and seeing how things go from here.
So, brother, let's start from the beginning of when you were in high school. Like, let's just start from high school. How you started jujitsu, like when you first started, and then go from there. Like, just your
Okay, yeah,
journey.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, so first starting in high school, I founded wrestling. I started my freshman year. I had a hard time and everything. Actually, I grew up a big kid, getting towards my freshman year, I started chunky, man. And I was like 215, 220, wanting to get into wrestling. It was something that I saw that seemed pretty legit. I do it with my cousins and stuff at home, so why not, right? I went tryouts, everything. I was always set with the big guys, bro, like 6 footers and everything. So it was just like a bit rough for me. I took it into my conscience to start losing a bit weight. Coming towards like my sophomore year, I founded Spike 22. I started going there. I started jiu-jitsu off there, and they were also helping develop my wrestling game
It's
too.
funny, dude. It's funny you mentioned Spike 22 because I just got off the phone yesterday with Melker.
Okay, yeah,
I was just
yeah, Uncle
yeah
Mel.
I was just talking to Melker yesterday.
Yeah,
I was
so
just
the way
talking
I
to him
founded
yesterday.
that was through like Mitchell Manabusen and whatnot. So yeah, I started following them around there. Yeah, so coming towards my junior year, man, I went from 220 all the way down to 165, bro. So,
Dang.
yeah, so 165 my junior year, bro. And it felt good. I felt like I got myself back and everything. I was focused. I was driven. It was still high school, so I was still about having fun and wanting to venture out. But other than that, after high school, man, I got the chance to compete Far East wrestling my sophomore and my junior year. I wasn't able to place really high up there, but I still placed. I still placed fourth and was it fourth and fifth out of like 13. So it was cool. It was cool. It was a great experience. It gave me my first chance to really see what competition is about. And then I got the chance to compete in Mariana's Pro 20s. Was it 2013? Not Mariana's Pro, Mariana's Copa. Yeah, I had to compete as an adult
Copa.
around that. Yeah, Copa. Yeah, so I got to compete around an adult when I was 16. I placed in third. It was
Yep,
still a
yep.
great one, but yeah, long story short, after high school, it was just something that I ventured off of, man. I had a kid, my firstborn, Jameson, I had a kid in 2016. I just stayed up on life really and just figuring it out, still being young as we are.
Yeah.
I let go or I didn't
So
let
what
go.
was like part what was your because losing all that weight does something to you psychologically.
Yeah.
What were you when you first beginning to like eat healthy, do more exercises and get up, and this is very important.
Yeah.
What was your mentality like while trying to lose all that weight? And there's certain things you can't eat, and you're just like, man, I want to eat
Yeah.
that. You're like, oh, I can't eat that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was the mentality you were in?
So
What was the
that
mentality
mental
you were
state,
in?
because right now I could say, right, well, my mentality from now to what it was before, it's about the same. I was just really focused on wanting to be the best, bro. I wanted to be a champion, bro. I always told myself every time I ran and I went running or I'll do anything, I'm always like, you're a champ, you're a champ, you're a champ in my head all the time. Just, you're a champ. You know, if there was someone over there that I was training with and, we had to do 100 shots, I'll do my best to do 101. Always try to one up. Like even if it's just one more rep, at least I did one more rep. And to me, that guy's the best in the gyms. If I could be a little bit better than the best, then what am I to worry about? So it was just like, even like with the
No,
eating and
100%.
everything, yeah, going down and dropping that weight, I didn't want to lose it at all. It was so hard. It was rough, especially being the big kid your whole life. The confidence was definitely there. I walked around, I had a young mindset, bro. I walked around with my chest held high and I wasn't as humbled as I am now. That's for sure. That's for sure. We all have our skeletons and stuff that are locked away.
And that's one thing, like I said, getting into that mindset of losing all that weight and then coming back and bouncing back from it, but then
Yeah.
losing it again and then going
Yeah.
trying to bounce back again, brother. That's like That's like tough resiliency, you know what I mean? And when you, as you were losing as you were losing weight, there's still that outside noise. There's still outside
Yeah,
entity noises that are external to complicate stuff. And
yeah,
man, I don't like I said, I don't know how you do it, like how
yeah,
you did it to
yeah.
continue that mindset. Is
Mhm.
even when I'm like right now, I'm locked in. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah,
nationals coming up in June, and I competed over the weekend at Denver Open, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do medium, I'm just gonna do medium
yeah,
heavy, bro. These guys were bigger than me, bro. Like, when I say they're
yeah.
bigger than me, bro, they're coming down from like 230 to like 195, and then I
Some
I don't
UFC stuff.
I
Yeah,
weighed in at like, I think I was at 185. I was 185 and I'm fighting in at 195 bracket, brother.
yeah,
They're bigger than me, you know what I mean? And that's when I lost my first match. And the guy didn't out tech me. He did no way out tech me. He was
mhm.
literally way stronger, and I couldn't
Muscles,
hold the
yep.
same pace. And
Yeah,
brother, I was so hard on myself that I was like, just cut the weight.
yeah,
Do the sacrifice, do the work, do the hard work. You know what I mean? Like, if I do the hard work, I'm gonna reap the rewards from it.
yeah, definitely,
But
definitely.
but part it's an art. Losing weight is an art in
Yeah,
itself. Because
mhm,
you could do it the fast way. I could do it the fast way and
yeah.
just like cut
It's
15
just
pounds,
not
but I'm gonna
it's
be
not the
weak.
healthiest, bro, and you're gonna compete like shit, that's for sure. Like, not really compete like
Yeah,
shit, but just more
100%.
so you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel that, like, "Oh, I coulda had one more scoop of rice or something," you know what I mean? So, personally, like, with all of that, like, an advice I can give is just find something you enjoy, man. Like, the whole foods and stuff is really the thing that I look for. I'll still like at this moment now, like I'll still go enjoy a piece of cake with my kids or some ice cream, and stuff, but it's in moderations, bro. Like if you're a cake guy every single day, you're gonna feel that. Like my biggest critic
Yeah, dude.
is sugar, bro. I love baked goods. And that's the thing, is like when I see like my auntie makes these solid ass like bread rolls and stuff, when I see it at parties, I'm just like, especially when I'm locked in, that's the hardest part, bro. Like when I'm locked in, I'm not boring. I wouldn't say my lifestyle is boring. It's just I'm very like, I'm strict on it. I drink nothing but water, unsweetened green teas, black coffees, and it's just stuff that keeps me going and getting by. Like maybe I'll sneak in a little bit like dark chocolate or like something with zero sugar, like one of those monsters, bro. Like those things kind of help out the sugar craze, something that I do in the
Brother,
mornings too.
that that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it really is, bro.
That's
Especially,
nuts, bro. Cause
having
like
kids, bro.
that's
Having the kids part is the one that's hard, and especially when you go and buy them something and they're wasting it, and you're like, oh, like I should just finish it, but then in your end, you just gotta do good by yourself, especially if you're really trying to cut that weight. It's to me,
yeah.
a lot of
My
people are
my
like, you ever get tired of it? They're wondering if I ever get tired of the whole like dieting or eating clean, and I'm like, honestly, I got so used to it that I kind of enjoy it now. Like I enjoy eating
yeah.
some eggs in the morning for breakfast or a banana or something. I always like, here I am. I take long to shop nowadays because I read nutrition facts all the time, bro. Every single time. So I always like, oh, okay, this much protein. Oh, damn, that's a lot of sodium. Really depending on where I'm going and what I'm trying to do. Yeah, so it works out for me in the end. I do enjoy it. I always try to find the healthiest ways if I don't. If I go somewhere and we're eating at the mall, I'll try to find the healthiest thing I can there. Subway, or I'll do the pandas chicken and rice, something like that, throw in the veggies there. So it's pretty
Dude,
it's pretty unique.
you're like me. Yeah. You're like me, part like I'm off, so I break my weeks down, right? So
Hmm.
leading up to nationals, right? I have nationals in June. We're gonna be starting in May. Like, I
Yeah.
have um already like a kind of like a set plan. So like
Hmm.
this week is like more like I'm not gonna shock my body. Like, just wing out a little bit, little
Hmm.
bit, right? My biggest sting part for me that hurts me is eating bread and rice.
Yeah.
Like, I have to eat, like, I have to be like canola, like that canola thing. Those little, my wife makes me the little these rice thing. It's not even rice, bro. It's like, I don't know what, how canolas, quinoa.
Is
Yeah,
it
yeah. So I eat
quinoa?
a lot of the
Yeah.
quinoa, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to cut that out. But I don't eat
Yeah.
and also red meat. I can't eat red meat. Red meat, like that like ruins my diet plan. So no red meat. Then like my coffee, right? My coffee is like the last thing to go because I love creamer, dude. Like, I like creamer,
Yeah. I feel you. I feel
like a
you.
white girl creamer, you know what I mean? Like half, like
Yeah.
more half milk than coffee. So
Yeah.
that would
I
be
feel
like
you.
the last. That would be like the last like 4 weeks
Mhm.
of cutting, bro. It's like I'll cut my coffee off, but my coffee is the one I look forward to in the morning, bro. Like
Yeah.
everything else is just like I don't change my food. I don't change at all. I eat
Mhm.
ground beef. I eat ground
Yeah.
beef with a lot of like different things, you know, with a lot of
Yeah.
avocado, you know.
No, that's good. Yeah,
But I can't
healthy
eat bread.
fats for sure.
Bread
Yeah.
hurts me too as well.
Bro, like a nice
Yeah,
tip for
but
your
par,
coffee. If you
dude,
do like
like
that sweet coffee, bro. If you like that sweet coffee, dude, I what I do is I throw in a protein shake, bro. So just drink black coffee, bro, and just get one
I
of
never
those
thought
protein
about that.
shakes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so and then imagine you're getting like if that's
yeah.
your morning fix. So this is what I do in the morning is I get like I go Island Girl infusion. I'll grab me a cold brew, 16-ounce cold brew or a 20, really
Mm,
depending how rough my morning is, right? I'll drink like a quarter of that, bro, and I'll take the protein shake and I'll pour it in there, man. It keeps me full pretty long too.
yo,
Yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, cause like,
Yeah.
so
It's
I
a little
fast.
hack.
I usually so when I first start my diet
Yeah.
plan, I usually fast for till dinner. So I only have one meal
Okay.
a day,
Yeah.
and then
That's tough.
because my stored fat is like I'm still trying to burn it, so I'm trying to make my body
Yeah.
catch up
Metabolism,
to
right?
it.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, bro. Like if I just drop a protein shake in a cold
Yeah.
brew, like I think I'll be fine, you know, for till because I usually I'm like
Yeah.
by the time lunchtime comes and I have to get ready for training, I'm just like
Yeah. Mm.
I'm just like
Yeah, I
I'm
feel you.
tripping
I
out,
feel
dude. You
you.
know, like
Yeah.
I need something, you know.
Something,
And
yeah,
then you go
yeah.
to and I find myself going to the store because like, oh, I gotta get gas, and then I'm going down the aisle. I'm just like, what, can you eat that? No, I can't eat that. Dude. I can't eat that. I can't
Yeah,
eat
I feel
that.
you.
Or I
I
can't
feel you,
drink
bro.
that. You know what I mean?
That's how it is.
So
That's
it's
like
bad, bro. Like,
yeah, it is, it is.
yeah,
The temptations
the
is real, bro,
habits,
but
you
the
know,
mindset gotta be strong
it's
for
so
sure.
bad.
Yeah, the mindset gotta be strong, bro. So yeah,
Yeah,
I would say, dude, if you need some help on that, bro, trust me. And they sell protein shakes everywhere now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, bro, you
yeah,
can
yeah, dude,
your
for
mom and
reals.
pops have it here, gas stations, whatever. So if you're filling up and you're like, I need that fixed, bro, even like if they have those Mr. Browns there, the zero sugar Mr. Browns, that's what I'll do if I don't have time to stop by like a coffee shop. I'll just grab one of those black Mr. Browns and mix it with one of those proteins and I'm good. I'm good for the whole like my whole shift really, you know? Maybe towards like the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I
Yeah.
start feeling a crash, you know, after break, but I would just hang in there, hang in there, or throw in one of those zero sugar monsters every now and then, you know?
I part so after high school part, you you didn't go back, right? You after high
Nah,
school, you
nah.
had Jameson, and
Yeah.
then after you had Jameson, you kind of just like
Mhm.
fell into like the family
Yeah, definitely,
routine,
bro.
work,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
that's it, right? And
Yep.
yeah, because I remember I ran into you one time. It was yeah, you were still Jamie,
Yeah.
and I ran into you guys. I was at GPO, and I asked you, I was like, Par, when you come back to train, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Par,
Mhm.
like, you know,
Yeah, I
like
do.
I got busy, you know. And
Yeah.
I was with I was with Shanette. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
with Shanette.
Okay,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
because
okay. Mhm,
She lived by GPO, and I was going to her
mhm.
house because Mark was throwing a party at his house
Yeah.
near GPO.
Mhm.
And then you were just like, yeah, part I get, I'm busy, you know, life is just
Yeah.
caught up, you know. And that's what you were
Yeah,
saying, and I was
definitely.
like, damn,
Mhm.
bro, I was like, damn, okay,
And
you know,
I
and
fluffed
I was
out
like,
hard
okay,
again.
whatever. You did, yeah, dude. You got back. You went back. You got you went off the train. You didn't work
Yep.
out. You just kind of like just focusing on the
The
family.
fams.
You know, making sure
Yeah.
your kid was good, and you know.
Yeah.
So how did where was that in that part of your life? Like how did you snap out of that?
Man, dude, honestly, so there was so many different things that happened within around that point in life, you know, work hopping different jobs and whatnot. Then splitting up with my baby mama, you know, and everything and finding someone new. And then I eventually had two more kids. So after that, like man, it was like a good 10 plus years, man, that I stayed heavy again. Um I started working over at Opaque. You know, I was working 3 jobs at one point in time. Yeah, man. So I was doing like Tommy Hilfiger, then I was working at Hafaloa, and then I would go and when Olive Garden first opened up here in Guam, bros. I'll be grinding from like 5 in the morning all the way till maybe like 2 a.m. sometimes. It will switch up. My Tommy wasn't an everyday thing, so I'll have time to sleep in and just work two jobs in one day. But things were just getting busy, just figuring out life then, and then I finally found somebody, and we had kids. I stayed out for a little bit. I was just lifting weights, man, lifting weights. But the thing that I didn't do is I didn't stay consistent, bro. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that everyone misses out on is the consistency. You can go and do it once a week and you're not really going to do much. But if you do like something at least 3 times a week, bro, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Snapping back into it, I actually, man, like finding the martial arts and jujitsu and whatnot again, it took a bit, bro. So I actually found out that my homies were training with Tuck with his little, backyard thing that he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, dude, small 10 by 10 tumbling mat and whatnot, bro. And I was like, man, I asked my wife, it's cool if I check it out. And she was like, yeah, why not? So, I went in and I know Tuck from before too, being over
Yeah.
at Spike and everything too. So he knew who I was and whatnot. I went in there with just like yeah, I'm just gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out, see how it is. I wanna
Open
see where I
mind.
stand. Yeah, I wanna see where I stand still and if I still got it. Bro, stepping on there, getting guillotine left to right, armbarred, everything, and just realizing how hard it was to keep up with everything. It made me kind of love it again, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's something I always wanted to do. Like it's something that I wish I never stopped because my mindset in high school was like, hey, once I get out of here, I'm gonna go fight. I wanna be a fighter. I wanna pursue martial arts. I wanna be a badass wrestler. Something. I wanna go do something for Guam and for myself. The next day came and I asked to go again, man. So forth, the next day, the next day, the next day, and then it came to the point where I started showing up more than the guys that were there who were showing up already. Sometimes it was really so small, bro, super small. Where like sometimes I would like Tuck was still he was working for USPS at the time still, so he was delivering and whatnot, and sometimes he gets off
Yeah.
late and I'll roll out the mats by myself and start training by myself, man. Like it was something that I was driven to do. I saw myself come back down because, man, I got up all the way towards 230, bro. And it was something that I was just like,
Dang.
damn. Yeah, I got up to 230 again, bro. And it was something where my lifestyle was not it, man. I mostly every night before that, I was drinking a beer. And it's not just no ordinary beers, those craft beers, those heavier ones. So I was drinking
Yeah.
beer. I was, smoking some weed, and munching out and just enjoying life, bro. And I think I was already in my family's blood is bad. A lot of them are diabetic
That's
and
all of us,
whatnot.
bro.
Yeah,
That's like
bro. So
diabetes, heart
yeah.
attack, cholesterol.
Yeah, so I think I was so close to putting myself in that kind of state, man, and I'm happy that I caught myself earlier. Like personally, having to have founded jiu-jitsu, it saved my life, bro. Straight up. It saved my life because having my kids and stuff, I can keep up now, I don't mind going outside, getting all sweaty and yucky and stuff. And especially this generation now with all the technology and stuff, it's these kids could sit down for hours just on their iPad, bro, and do nothing. And we didn't grow up like that either. We're always outside doing something and whatnot. I got my youth back, definitely, man. Like I wish my whole 20s wasn't spent being about 230 pounds, but at least reaching my ending of my 20s, going into my 30, I'm here now. I feel much younger than I
Yeah.
did when I was
And that's
when I was
good.
24, 25. Yeah. So it feels good, bro. But yeah, man,
That's
that's
really
the
good, bro. Like that's all that
yeah,
that's all that matters is just coming back and getting back to where you need to be and putting yourself
yeah,
whole again. But now you're living for your kids, you know what I mean? Like you have to
yeah,
live longer for your kids
definitely.
or your
Mhm.
kids are gonna not have a father. And that's how I think nowadays too, is just like, when I have to wake up and have a and go work out. But the one thing that I'm driven for is like if I go to work all day and the end of the day I just go, no, I'm not gonna go to the gym. Like
Yeah,
I don't feel like I don't feel accomplished, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I feel like I just don't Like I didn't do nothing, you know what I mean? So now, dude, I even do strength training's cool. Like I do that like twice a week, but I
Yeah.
incorporated Pilates. So I do Pilates
Mhm.
now, you know, and that stuff's hard,
Nice.
bro. Pilates
Yeah.
is very
I bet,
hard,
dude.
dude.
I bet. Yoga's hard,
You
bro.
know, I went to my first class. Yeah, I went to my first class just this week, you know, and my
Yeah.
wife was introducing it to me and I was just like, "Yo, dude, I can't keep up with these people. Like this is hard. I couldn't
Yeah.
do all the reps."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's good. So we fast forward, right? You Tuck open to school.
Yeah.
You go to a school
Yeah.
and now you're thriving.
Yes.
Now you
Definitely.
have a home. You know, now you have a
Yeah.
home somewhere. Even if Tuck can't be there, the class is still going and people are still showing up, you know? So how is that dynamic now and that change now that it's concrete school?
Man, with that change, it's really cool. We're still definitely growing as a family, right? Um, the thing is that it's just more so now it feels more welcoming for much more people to come. Like I got the chance to meet a lot of great guys, and it's cool too because it's a lot of military that's coming into it, and then like having our kids program building up and then their parents are ending up joining too. It actually feels great, man. The setting, and we got that nice mural painted by Tristan Eaton on the wall and everything too. The lighting, the scenery, you feel premium, if I could say.
You feel the culture. You feel the
Yeah,
culture,
definitely. It's like, yeah, this
right?
feels it's amazing coming from getting rained on and mosquito bites to having a place that has aircon and perfect lighting and stuff. Very humbling for sure. And then being one of the OGs basically from before the gym opened, it's like you feel like a you feel like a guide now. You're the shepherd now. Like you
Yeah,
gotta
part
help all these
is
others come up to where
trust
you
me,
can
part
make them
like
good to be yours too. Like be your own be your best training partner. Even though they just started, you gotta build them to be your best training partner so you can grow as a competitor yourself.
100%. You have no
Yeah.
secrets, no, you know, because if
Mhm.
they get better, you get better. Everyone gets better,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Exactly.
Part is crazy, dude. You mentioned that because, like, you know that's how Tuck, me, my brother, Lewis,
Mhm.
Elijah. That's how we
Mhm.
started, bro.
Yeah.
You know, when we broke away from UX, bro, like it was literally just training at Lewis's house.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, you know, like that's when Wayne and everyone, that's where you guys are training at is where we were at Universal
Yeah,
Alliance.
I heard.
So we were there. Yeah, we were there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and I was still a little kid, bro. I was still a little
Yeah.
kid. I was in high school. We were still in high school still, you
Yeah.
know. And then that split up. That there was another split, and then like
Mhm.
again, we were back at Lewis's house just training.
Yep.
Everyone just went their separate ways, and then that's when Lewis and Elijah was like, you know what, we're gonna start Figu, and then
Yeah.
they went to ISC. You know what I mean? So brother, like you know what I mean, like that not having a gym to having a gym, it does feel great, bro. Like it feels so empowering. And now like here in Colorado, like I always think about it as like, why am I gonna pay someone $225 when I have a nice garage
Yeah.
outside? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I feel
And
you.
dude, that's where I get all the work done. You know what I mean? All the work
Yeah.
is getting done. You know, through people coming over, and we're sharing knowledge, and we're just like we're training hard, bro. And the type of training I do in the garage is different than the type of training I'm doing at the gym. You know, it's like
Yeah,
behind
definitely.
closed doors is I'm getting
Yeah.
way more valuable looks
Yep.
in the
Yep.
garage with
Yeah.
pristine accuracy because I can work on it actually. And part like is the best part, you know what I mean? So like if you
Yeah.
could ever create a home gym at your house, bro, like
Yeah.
dude, do it, bro. Like
Yeah, for sure.
do it.
That's definite, especially having it to where, like even that, like how you're saying, like that's a really great mindset to have too, because as in being a superior athlete on the mats, especially in your own home and your gym, right? You gotta always be it even off the mats, no matter where you go. Like you gotta have that like that that champion mindset, bro. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing that keeps you really driven, man. And like even when you were talking about like the whole diet stuff and everything, it's just like, hey, if I'm here and I can do good here, then why can't I do good when I'm just having my regular day? So that's, yeah, that's
Facts.
pretty. But I'm definitely. What was that?
So now the gym's open. Now the gym's
Yeah.
open, right? And we're full throttle, right? And I've
Mhm.
been watching, like I said, I've been watching you part like
Mhm.
on social media, because we follow each other, and
Yeah.
I seen your level grow, your maturity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Let's talk about like I want to talk about submission fighter because
Okay, for sure.
I saw the whole clip.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a controversial tournament. You know what I mean? There was words exchanged. Tuck exchanged words to
Yeah.
my brother exchanged
Yeah.
words to Tuck. You know what I mean? Sage was like, I can't say play dirty, but he was
Yeah.
like being very aggressive.
Definitely,
And
yeah.
I wanna because the Gabe I know would have just been like, what, boy, like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah, for
like, what's
sure.
up, like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
for
And
sure.
you know what I mean? Would have
Mhm.
scrapped, like they would have turned into a
Yeah.
scrap. But the Gabe I saw on that stage was a
Mhm.
way more mature,
Mhm.
calm, collective, believed in your own technique type of person. And I guess crazy part, like I know you since high school, and I know your type.
Yeah.
I known you
Yeah.
before, and your type of character. If so, you're not a pusher on. Someone steps up,
Yeah.
you were gonna step up. Or because I'm the same
Yeah.
way too.
For sure.
If someone says
Yeah.
something to me, bro, what's up, dog? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's just how we were raised. And but
Yeah,
what I've
definitely.
saw, it was a lot of constraint and a lot of control.
Yeah.
And you represented. I'm not gonna say you represented Guma. I'm gonna say you
Mhm.
represented yourself very well, and you
Yeah,
carried yourself
definitely.
very well. But let's walk through your mindset on when it first started. Like how did you
Yeah.
control your emotions in that
Man, dude, honestly, it's cool that you said that too. A lot of people were even wondering, like, bro, how did you let him do that? Like, you're a bigger man than me, I'll tell you that, and everything. And man, dude, it's just like, shit, par, if you really look at it, we've been through way more than enough to let any little, like, something like that get us all riled up real quick. Like, yeah, I get he was being aggressive and, there was like a little intent maybe he was just being aggressive. I know he wasn't really trying to hurt me or anything, but everyone there was just like, bro, that guy's just trying to hurt you. And I'm like, it's good though, you know? It's all fine to me. You got to see two different styles of jiu-jitsu meet each other. With my own side, I can definitely say that yeah, man, I always learn to turn the bigger cheek now, be a bigger person about it. I didn't to there was a lot of times where we got close to the end of the mat again, and I was like, I thought about it, but it wasn't me, man. It was weird. Like, I freak out on myself sometimes too. I'm like, whoa, like, how come you just didn't do it? Like, this guy was doing it a little rough since the beginning. How come you didn't get rough back? And I was
yeah.
and I always put myself in some shitty situations every single time I'm on the mat. Like with, for say, being with heavyweights and stuff, like big tone, bro. Like there's times where we're going right, and I'll just here I am already got frames in. I was like, what will happen if I just lose it all, flatten out? And this guy is smashing me. He's heavy. I always
Yeah.
definitely try to work back in and fight back in. I'll push myself to limits that I know that I can't. And especially being under that pressure and Sage is a solid athlete, bro. He's always been a solid athlete growing up, you know, and I give him that for sure. So I had to be prepared and, um, I had to be prepared for what was to come. He's a strong guy. He's fast for as big he is. And then of course you guys, I don't sweat no one's tech. I never underestimate anybody, but at the same time, I'll never underestimate myself. That's for fact. And it
Yeah.
was just more so like
No, and that, bro,
being
part that, like I said, that's growth, part.
yeah, it really is. It really is. And having the chance to go and compete, like I think the thing that opened up my mind a lot more was I went to Nagoya prior to Submission Fighter. And going to Nagoya, man, I got the chance to compete with some top tier athletes, man, and seeing what I was capable of doing and what kind of show I can put on and my techniques that I have. Like I just believed in myself. That's the biggest thing I do every time is just believe in myself. It's just before when I first started competing again, like I always doubted myself, man, and I was my biggest enemy. I lost to myself every time. And it was just like I always told
Yeah.
myself, like, bro, I don't think I'm as good as this guy. This guy's a freaking Asia world champion, or this guy has already been doing this for so long, and here I am just getting back into it. Like, I'm trying to keep up, but Shit, bro. When I went back to Nagoya, I was rolling some world champions. I was rolling judo black belts, like, and it was great, bro. I was having a blast. Like, even though I was getting thrown around here and
Yeah.
there, like, I just never stopped, bro. Like, I got that one judo black belt I went with. He was one of the ultra heavies, and he was my first open weight. And I told myself, I was like, I didn't come out here for nothing. And at the same time, I don't sign
Yeah.
up and register just because anymore. Like, it's not just because I will sign up and register, tell myself I'm gonna win this whole thing. Even if I don't, I still want in my heart. I always look at being the better person
No,
for myself,
100%, par.
being the better person for myself and for my family, and setting examples, man. Having, like you said, having the gym now, they have kids there. They have kids there, and they have newcomers that come, and you being one of the guys that they not idolize, but they watch you. They want to be like you a little bit. Like me, man, I'm just a blue belt. I've only been doing this for 3 years again. But of course I wanted to grow and I put my mind to it and everything. It's just more so like you gotta really set examples. And that's one thing that I see too a lot is like me too, growing up, like you said, knowing me how I was before is because of my older brother. I always wanted to be like my older brother too. He was no one with him.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh shit, there's Ching, bro. There's Ching. It was bad. It was dope, bro. I was like, damn, dude, my brother's badass. Like I'm gonna be just like that. And then
Yeah.
I had to end up just being my own person, bro. When you become your own person is when you start setting your own legacy now. You
Yeah.
can thrive off of somebody else. Like shit, I'm not gonna. I wrote off my family's name a lot, man. I wrote off my brother's names. I wrote off my dad's names, and like being my own and having my own now. It's just like what if they need my name? Why, who's Gabe Paulino? Like, who's that? I'm trying to make my name something now. Like, just more so like, oh, that's that guy that was cool throughout the whole situation. Like me personally, I wanted to go a bit longer just to see where things could have went. I didn't know that after that thing when he got DQ'd, I was just like, oh, I personally wanted to ask the ref, like, we can just run the sudden death, like, why not? Like, I'm fine, bro. It was crazy because a lot of the
Yeah.
people too were just like, they were more hot than I was, bro. Like when I got off the mat, I saw my team, my family, and everyone. They're like, bro, what the hell? What was that? And I was like, no, hey, you know what? Let it go. I'm not even mad. You guys are the ones that are mad, and I love you guys for that. But it's nothing. We're good. We won today. We won as in being a bigger person today. And then we always have another
Yeah.
time to
No,
fight
facts,
the
par.
next time. Yeah, like bro, you win or you learn. That's what I really learned. Like you hear this every jiu-jitsu practitioner or MMA guy is gonna tell you you'll win or you learn. You're never gonna lose. You'll learn. So it's pretty dope. Like
No, par, you're
it
not
sounds
wrong.
yeah, yeah, it sounds cliche, but it's legit. 'Cause I used to always take that, man, like, my first time competing again and stuff too, it's just like, I went against one of these guys from Still Athletics is when it was 100 Jiu-Jitsu League. It was the blue and white belt Grand Prix, so it was mixed up. And man, I lost by 2 points, bro, and that changed my mindset forever. I lost by a takedown, man, and it just like, being fresh back in, your your reflexes is just to hold guard, bro. Hold that guy until you cannot do nothing, and that's what I realized too is I personally like matches that keep going, 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 going more than shit. You were in his guard the whole match. Like you get bored, you know what I mean? Not like trying to hate on anything or
Par,
whatever. It's just
that is half of are these big tournaments. That's half of these people, bro.
yeah,
They
exactly.
can't because a lot of them don't like at Master Worlds when I went last year.
Yeah,
My first match, bro, they didn't like my style because I like to
yeah,
just keep going and I'm not gonna
yeah,
stop.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
they like to get to the pound and they like to hold and
Yeah,
then they'll
yeah,
hold and
hold and
hold. I'm
yeah,
like, bro, what are you
exactly.
doing, bro? That's why I
You
like
gotta
Nogi,
set it
bro.
up.
Like, yo, Nogi, like,
Yeah.
bro, he ain't holding nobody, dog. We
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely, definitely. That's why, like I said, man,
I
it's
part.
okay to fail, bro.
And
It's okay
I'm
to
proud
fail.
of you, bro.
But yeah, I know that they're actually looking at putting us back in together again. And it'll be great, bro. Like I said, Sage is a homie. He's a friend of mine for sure. I always like, bro. After that whole thing, everything was getting a bit like riled up and stuff. Like that's just typical Guam, man. Everyone was trying to make something out of nothing. And Straight up, I messaged him. He told me like, "Sorry, par," and I'm like, "No, it's all good, bro." Like straight up, like I said, if maybe it was a little bit cooler ended on like your mindset for the going into it, it could have been we could have had a better match. Like we could have had a longer match or a better match. And at the same time, like shit, I'm not mad about nothing part because the way you could feel everyone just get up when we went and we started going it hyped it up, bro. Like I was like, dang, we set a pace. Like it was cool because they had all the matches, great athletes too prior to, but the intensity and everything came right when Sage and I collided. Like it was pretty dope. And then having that too, it was crazy, right? Because Sage was actually on my back. I was trying to get out of his hooks, right? And then I hear your bro and Tug going at it, and I just look back and I
Yeah.
know Sage pods too. Bro, here I am trying to, get him stacked up, right? I'm trying to shake him off. And then I could feel Sage pause and then I pause too. And we're just looking back but the ref didn't say stop. So me and Sage just keep going back at it again, okay, we got to just keep putting on the show. Those guys they're grown adults. They're going to figure it out. They know each other,
They'll figure it out.
they're family
Yeah.
too, eventually, they'll figure it out. Like, let's just keep going. Let's go
Yeah.
finish our match. So it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, part. So that happened, and then like, what advice part you can give to someone in that situation? With that kind of
Hmm.
pressure
Hmm.
from because you can get influenced real quick from the crowd.
Yeah,
Like, what is one advice you can give someone if they're in your situation?
man. Honestly, the calm minds are the ones that will prevail because when you're calm, you're collective. You have control of your emotions of what you're gonna do. Once you're already like buck wild and you're lost, like you can't control your emotions no more. You could have the nicest triangle setup, man, but if you're pissed off and upset, you're gonna overthrow it or you're gonna underthrow it where you lost it. You could have like the highest submission rate for a triangle, but if you're pissed off and you're just like, you know what? And you just you just throw it and the guy just stacks you and throws you to the side, like you just lost everything that you worked for. It's just like life,
Agree.
bro. It's really just like life when you're composed and collective with your emotions. If you were to lose your shit one day on like your wife, something like that, you're gonna go to jail. You know what I mean? But if you're calm about everything and you handle the situation good, you come out on top. You come out. Yes, I controlled it. I de-escalated the situation. So I could say the clear minds will always prevail, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
Park, dude, I really appreciate you sharing this, man. And like I said, I wanted to get you on here to just clear the air, because I saw something um different in you. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
me and Marky were talking about it. And when I saw the clip, I was like, I saw
Yeah.
something different. I was like, hell yeah, dude. And it was that change. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people, if people know you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people don't really pay attention to the change, but I pay attention to everything, and like I
Yeah.
said, I'm proud of you, man. And
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you,
proud
brother.
of the man you became,
Thanks,
and
bro.
what you're doing for your family, and everything that you're doing for the jiu-jitsu community as well, because like I said, bro, I've been in this game for almost like 20 plus years,
Yeah.
and I never stopped. I just continue to go, and I still do it out here, Now I'm just doing
Yeah.
I'm doing it out here at more like a rapid level because it's like every weekend there's a
I
tournament,
feel you. Yeah. I feel
and
you.
part you're doing great. You're doing great for the community, bro, and you're setting the
Thank you.
examples for others to follow in your
Mhm.
footstep. So, hey, part, thank you so much, man, for jumping
Yeah,
on
of
this, bro.
course,
I
bro.
really appreciate you sharing your
Of
story.
course, man. I appreciate what you do too, man. It gives a chance for, I watch your things, man, and it gives a chance for like even me, like, being a new athlete too, or somewhat of a new athlete into this BJJ community, seeing all the guys that I see, I watch them too. I'm always rooting, bro, Guam, I'm forever rooting for. So it's just like being able to see the
Yeah, for sure.
backstory. Yeah, seeing the backstory of all these higher belts that been in it so long, and everything too. It's pretty dope. I appreciate your mission and your podcast and stuff too, man. And thanks for reaching out to me too.
Thanks, part. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I appreciate it. But you take it easy.